I'm going to run through the right hand, which is reasonably complicated, and then we're basically going to do almost nothing in the left hand. Thelonious Monk doesn't play much other than I'm going to run through the right hand, and then we're basically going to do almost nothing in the left hand. Thelonious Monk doesn't play much other than that kind of thing. So all of the activities happening in the right in this track for the most part. So the right hand is pretty much based on B flat, it's a major triad, and E flat, which goes up to a seventh later on. So spotting the pattern, which you did naturally, is going to help you learn the piece. So the main riff starts on the root and third of the chord. It goes up a step in the scale, which is, of course is B flat, and then it just goes up chromatically until you're on the third and fifth of the chord. So you're going from root and third to third and fifth. And the fingering I recommend is this. So there you're going 1 3. Oh, I'll do it here. 1 3 2 4. Whoop, 3 5. It's quite tricky. 1 3 2 4 3 5. And then for the last pair, just shift the same fingers 3 and 5 to hit the D and F. So you're going up your hand and then sliding up for the last pair. And make sure that you're curving your little finger when you hit that E. Just listen out and make sure you can hear it. You know, that's the tune. So if you hear like that, then you need to slow it down and just make sure you're hitting the E nice and clearly. Then the fingering's much the same for the next bit. It's the same basic pattern as well. Starting on the root and third of the chord, moving up to the third and fifth. And for the first 3 pairs, you use that same sequence of 1 and 3, 2 and 4, then 3 and 5. And the only difference is, this is hard to play with 3 and 5, so I recommend playing it with 1 and 3. So you start with 1 and 3, and finish with it. So far we have the next bit is a bit longer. So first of all, you start with the third and fifth of the chord. You play that with fingers 2 and 4. And you just go up a step in the scale with fingers 3 and 5 and back again. So that's the first bit. And then you play these two. Basically from here you're going down chromatically. In other words, each note moves down by a semitone. And the fingering is 2 and 4, 3 and 5, 2 and 4. And then you cross over with 3 and 5 and land on these two with 2 and 4 again. So you don't use your thumb for any of this, because your thumb comes in there when you hit that F. So practice that first. So there's a break in the middle there. And from then, just notice that this bit, you land on an A and C sharp with fingers 2 and 4. Then you move up by a semitone, down by a semitone, and down by a semitone again. So that's basically a major third, if that means anything to you, moving up and down chromatically again. And the fingering is 2 and 4, 3 3 and 5, 2 and 4 again, and use those same two fingers to move down another step. So it'll be hard playing this with your thumb. Putting that together. So the next part we already did. Sorry, that's the fingering. And then you just continue this from the 3rd and 5th to the 5th and 7th of the chord. And here, everything's chromatic. And use the same fingering as before. 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 3 and 5. And you just land on the last pair with fingers 2 and 4. Because black notes are hard to hit with your thumb and with your 5th. So use middle fingers for that. And that we've already had, which is the next bit. So let's run through the whole tune so far. So then we have this. So that's just landing on those two notes again. And you ornament them by hitting this blue note, the C sharp, just before the pair. So hit these with 3 and 5 and hit the C sharp with your second. If you find that really hard, switching between 2 and 3 like that, you can hit the C sharp with your thumb and hit the D and F with 2 and 4. They're both possible. So see what works. And there you jump down to the F with your thumb again and just move down chromatically to E flat. Probably the easiest fingering for that is to hit the F with your thumb, cross with your 3rd, and then use your 2nd for the E flat, which is easier than using your thumb. And then lastly, that sounds like it's the same as an earlier part, but the way Monk plays it, he puts slightly different notes on his thumb. So instead of going straight from here to there, he puts another note here with his thumb, and then hits an E with his thumb there. So again, and then here, F with his thumb, and then E. So that's the whole right hand tune. The left hand is really simple, so I'm just going to play single bass notes on the left just to show you how they fit. So B flat, this is obviously E flat. Back to B flat. Now we're on E flat again. Back to B flat.